Get in there, Christ. Great, love that for me. Well, hello, welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' books and my birthday. Because, hopefully, if I got this video edited and uploaded in time, today is my birthday. If it's Monday, August 22nd, it's my birthday today. I am 36 whole years old today. I'm pushing 40, y'all. I don't remember if I've done this tag other times. I know I did it last year. But I feel like last year might have been the first time that I did it. I'm not sure. Yeah, this tag though was created originally on this website, I don't know, Amino, and the poster was Antonia, Always Books. And hopefully I have different answers than last year. I honestly didn't go look. Well, some of them I know are because they're newer books that weren't out last year or whatever. But some of them I'm like, it's probably repeat answers. It's fine. Number 1, Birthday Cake. A book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway. I am gonna go with this whole series really, but the first book in the series, The Demon King by Cinda Williams-Chima. This is young adult fantasy, and it's just kind of like the typical, I guess, YA fantasy of the earlier 2000s, but I just really love it. So, I'm going with this. Bitch, get in there, Christ. Number 2, Party Guests. Your most anticipated book release for this year. So, the couple that I had, the first one was an anticipated release, probably my most anticipated release of the year, that I ended up DNFing because I was simply not in the mood. Siren Queen by Nevo. Without the grounding of the Great Gatsby origin story that we had in The Chosen and the Beautiful, in Siren Queen, not having that, it just was too loosey-goosey for me. The writing, it's all vibes. The writing style, the authorial voice is just all vibes. I mean, there's plot too, but it's mostly vibes and atmosphere. And then the other one that was my maybe tied for first as far as most anticipated, maybe second, was Warrior of the Wind by Sui Davies Okungbawa, which is book 2 of the series. Son of the Storm is the first one, but that got pushed back to 2023 publication, so that's a bummer. So the third one that did actually get released, I have not read it yet because it just came out and I just received it, but it was probably my third most anticipated because it's also a sequel to a series that I think I'm gonna end up really, really loving. The first book I liked a fair amount. I liked it quite a bit, but it wasn't 5 stars. It wasn't a home run, you know? It was okay, all right, I see what we're doing here. I like where book 1 ended. I like what we're leading up to. So I'm very excited for book 2. The Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri, the first book being The Jasmine Throne, which I am currently rereading, which is why I don't have it right now. But yeah, I'm listening to it mostly on audio, but I am physically reading some of it. I love this cover too. This is just the colors and everything. The green with the blue, and it's just so pretty. And I mean, the artwork is beautiful also. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. Fingers crossed. Number 3, Birthday Presents, a book that surprised you with how much you enjoyed it. And that would be So Many Beginnings by Bethany C. Morrow. I pre-ordered this just because I really like the concept of this whole series, the remixes of classics. And this was a Little Women remix, and I didn't love the Little Women original story. I like the movies, but I didn't really love the book. I thought it was very boring, way too long, so tedious, my God. But I was just anticipating this. I really liked Pride by E.B. Zaboy, which was a Pride and Prejudice young adult contemporary reimagining, and I really enjoyed that. So just that kind of concept of taking a classic and turning it into a young adult story, either historical or contemporary, and just kind of making it its own thing. I really like that. So yeah, pre-ordered this. So obviously I didn't think I was gonna hate it. I was really hoping, come on, let this be great. And yeah, I really loved this. I just didn't expect to at all. I thought, hopefully I like it, but I just didn't know how much I would like it. And yeah, I just really, really loved it. New fave, for sure. Number 4, Happy Birthday Song. A book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. So I don't know if this is fair, because this is like book 3 of a trilogy, but, you know, endings to series can be disappointing at times. So I don't always necessarily believe the hype automatically, even if I really love the series. But this one, oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh my God, as per usual while I'm filming, I just had to sneeze real aggressively. So if it looks like I'm crying, I'm not. But yeah, this one definitely lived up to the hype for me. I don't think I loved it as much as some people, just because I did have a couple of little qualms with it, but I still loved it. Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. It definitely did live up to the hype. Like I said, I didn't love it quite as much as I think some other people did, but overall, a very satisfying conclusion to a beloved trilogy. My nose is all like sniffly and runny now because I sneezed. Great, love that for me. Number 5, Happy Music. A book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. This is where I probably am repeating answers from last year, but these are just the books that always come to mind. Number 1 being I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. We can see all the pink tabs here, which are quotes to save. Yeah, I definitely don't tend to have this many in a book when I read it, but I just love this book, and it has so many great quotes, and I kind of want to reread it soon for the 3rd time. And the other one, unsurprisingly, probably is City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. Again, I have several quotes to save tabs. Just, oh God, I just love it. I just love it. This one was a little hard for me to think of, and I'm not even sold on my answer. But number 6 is Getting Older. A book that you read a long time ago, but you think you would appreciate it more if you read it as a more mature reader. I really struggled with this because, I don't know, from a young age, I was just such an avid reader. As anyone who was an avid reader, I'm sure in elementary school and middle school, like, your reading level was advanced, right? Because you read so fucking much. So I kind of always was like reading stuff that was a little older than my age group. And I think because I did read a lot of that kind of stuff, like, I don't know, I wasn't a super like immature reader, I guess. Because there's some like classics that I read in high school or college that I didn't love. But it's like I said, I don't think it's because I was a immature reader who like couldn't understand it. I think I just didn't like them, because then there were other ones that I did like. Like in high school, I liked The Great Gatsby, fucking hated The Old Man and the Sea, because good God, so boring, I don't give a shit. So, I don't know, the only one I could come up with, but even this one I'm like, I don't know, I think I still probably would feel the same way about it. But I gave it 3 stars when I did read it, and it was like in 2009 or 2010, I think, that I read it. So, I mean, again, I was already 24 years old. It's not like I was a kid, but The Road by Cormac McCarthy, like I said, I gave it 3 stars. I'm like, maybe if I read that now, I would give it more, like a higher rating, but also, I don't know, maybe I just thought it was boring, and it still would be boring. I can't really remember. Number 7, Sweet Birthday Memories. A book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period in your life. And I feel like probably same thing that I said last year, where I don't really have an answer for this because multitude of reasons. I guess I haven't had a shit ton of times in my life where I was so sad or stressed that like I needed like an escape, you know, to like, I needed something to like make me happy. But the couple times in my life where I have been particularly stressed, in turmoil, sad, going through it, I don't read very much in those times. I need like more distraction. So in those times, I tend to rewatch shows that are like drama type shows that require a little bit more attention being paid than the sitcoms I normally rewatch all the time. You know, because like I always have How I Met Your Mother, Will and Grace, Schitt's Creek, sometimes like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Scrubs, shows like that I just have like kind of on all the time. So I just rewatch those because I don't have to pay that much attention to them anymore. I'm so familiar with the storylines and the plots that like I know where we're at in the story. But then stuff like The Vampire Diaries or The Originals or True Blood or Game of Thrones, just shows that are a little more intensive, I will rewatch those. Like fully sit down and watch them in times like that. I feel like though, if someone was like, you have to read a book right now in this very difficult time in your life, like what book are you going to reach for? Unsurprisingly, probably City of Girls, just because it's delightful and also impactful for me, and like the message of it just really resonates with me. And then after that, maybe like House in the Cerulean Sea, just because it's so sweet and like wholesome and cute. And honestly now, probably I would reach for something like the Lady Hardcastle series, like a cozy historical mystery type of thing. Something that's just gonna be like fun and witty banter and little bits of adventure and crime solving and just fun times, wholesome fun times. So probably something like that I would reach for also. That is the whole tag though. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I feel like I probably said this last year also, something to this effect of just, I don't know, you know, it's your birthday, you might like ruminate on life or whatever, getting older. And I'm just always kind of like, I don't know, getting older doesn't like really bother me, I guess. Of course, like with anyone probably, and I feel like especially being a woman, yeah, there might be times where I'm like, oh, am I getting a wrinkle there? Like, man, my skin just doesn't quite look the same as it did, or you know, the elasticity in my skin, like noticing like, there's not so much collagen happening in places where there was before. Stuff like that, where I might have a moment of just like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. Or like realizing that while I know I look good for my age or whatever, I have like decent skin and I might not always look my age. I definitely look like a grown-ass person now, whereas in my 20s, you know, my early and my mid-20s especially, but even kind of pushing into my later 20s, people would assume I was in college, and that is not the case now. Nobody thinks I'm in college. People don't always think I am 36, but, you know, or like, you know, 35, 36, but they know I'm a grown-ass woman. So, yeah, there's those moments of just like, oh man, I am getting older, huh? Yeah. And it's starting to like look like it a little more or whatever. And it's only gonna, you know, I'm gonna continue getting more wrinkles and all the things that come with aging. But I don't know, I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's life. Like, what did I think was gonna happen, right? I don't know, I just think about like, it does sometimes feel like the years are flying by. But then I think about like, yeah, I'm like, oh man, last year on my birthday, that seems like it was yesterday. But then I think about like, you know, a few years back and situations I was in, the relationships I was in, where I was in life, or like thinking back to like when I was like 25 and I'm like, that literally seems like a fucking lifetime ago. That life I had, the person I was, I mean, I'm generally the same person, but like I have grown a lot. And even in just the last like 5 years, but certainly like 10 years ago, I'm like, God, that feels like so fucking long ago. Like, I'm not kidding. Last year feels like yesterday, but 10 years ago feels like 40 years ago. So then I'm like, you know, by the time I'm 46, I'm probably gonna feel the same way. Like, it feels like it's coming so fast. But when I hit 46, I'm going to be like, God, 36 was so long ago. I've done so much since then, or my life has changed so much since then. I've had so many experiences, and I don't know, I guess knowing that and like, it just doesn't make me dread it, I guess. Like, yeah, I'm going to get older. That's what happens. And I want to get older. Like, that means I'm living life, you know? Anyway, I will stop rambling about my musings on life now and aging. I guess I just try to do it for myself and want to spread the message to spread the good vibes of trying as much as we can to not stress about getting older as much as possible, because I don't know, life is a fucking adventure and I just want to have as much fun with it as possible, you know? I'm rambling like a motherfucker. I need to stop. Jesus Christ. I'm probably going to edit out so much of this. I've just rambled for probably like 15 fucking minutes at the end of this video. Jesus Christ. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Happy birthday to anyone else whose birthday is today or was recently or is coming up. Yay. Well, because August 22nd is like the end of Leo season and then Virgo starts on the 23rd. So happy birthday to the Leos and to the Virgos. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.